Alright. Man, this well makes everything so much faster. Okay. Climb up that rope. Talk to the elder. Run all the way over there. And go all the way up there to the elder's house. There's Spectre and Nico arguing because that's what they do best. Anyway. There he is. Your diet can allow for one more piece of bread today, Kurameki. Oh, you're back from your mission, I see. For a moment, I was beginning to worry. The witch doctor is coming. Here? To the village? Mages? What? The light crystal at the Sunrise Temple? I see. Yes, bringing her here was the right decision. I would like to hear what she has to say. Your house? Fine, let's go. And there they go. Oh, he's taking a long time. Why don't you two go on ahead? It takes an old ox time to get around at the sage. Alright, old man. Alright. Let's go to the house. Right here. Come, Philo, your daughter's wide awake now. Holy crap. Lydia, baby, it's Daddy. I'm here now. Oh, Philo, your poor child. She's still not. Since she left the other day, it's been the same thing every time she wakes up. It's as if she can't really see us or hear us, but she looks right at you. Sis! Broke into the house. Mr. Philo, I saw that you both had returned. Tempo, what are you doing barging into other people's homes like this? Can't you see that... Philo? Nara? Hello? Oh, she has a mask on. We made it. It was a pain trying to sneak past everyone unnoticed, but I think half of the village is outside today. But we did it. Who's your tail, Glenn? Why, Estrius is none other than... me! The witch doctor? Whoa, it's a real live witch. Cool. Where's the village elder? The village elder? He's coming? Here? There's a lot to bring you up to speed on. My God, it's Lydia, my dear. The child, she appears to suffer from a state of petrification. Look who's talking. Damn. Glenn! Oh God, it's the Reverend. Don't you ignore me when I'm calling you. Father, I didn't hear you. What brings you here? Did you really think that ridiculous disguise would get past me, Adgar? In the name of the holy gods and goddesses, what business do you have bringing the switch into this village? With all due respect, Father, it's official business, and the village elder sanctioned this? Estrius, don't tell me you're in support of this too. The village elder, well, he didn't exactly say it was. The elder is aware. He's on his way to hear what she has to say. Ah, forgive my rudeness, Philo. I shouldn't have intruded like that. Let me pay my respects. The Doris? I didn't see you standing over there. Don't mind me, I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Truth be told, in all my 23 years, I didn't think that I'd ever have a chance to formally meet our witch doctor. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Likewise. The witch claims that mages have returned to Neandria. Mages? Impossible. Hurry up, you old geezer. Old Lady Gran. I'm coming. Looks like half the village was outside today, coming over to your house, Philo. So much for your sneaking in the witch unnoticed. I can't be held responsible for this. Hope I'm not interrupting anything. You know that you're always welcome here, old lady Grand. What can I do for you? Oh dear, I was about to ask you the same question. I bumped into Elder Kirameki on the way to the item shop, and he insisted that I come along. Lydia, my little Geminos. I'm almost there, Thinker Merlini's just a little bit further. Come on, you old fool. Don't give up now. Whew, I made it. Why did you have to live so far away, Philo? And I asked old lady Grand to join me when I saw her on my way over. I figured her insights could perhaps be useful here. Unless my advice is specifically sought, I am merely a fly on the wall. I know we are all here to support Philo and his daughter. First and foremost, Elder Kirameki. Isn't that right, Reverend? However, before we hear what Adgar has to say about Lydia's condition, I must inquire about the circumstances regarding these so-called mages. Dear Cloacus, can it really be true? You've known me a long time, Kirameki. Indeed I have, my whole life, in fact. I know what I saw. They came to my house. They tortured me with dreadful magic. They thought I would have information regarding the whereabouts of the light crystal. The light crystal? 'Tis true then. Oh my. Well, what did you tell them, Adgar? Speak, woman. Ugh, like father, like son. Mage is seeking the light crystal. It can only mean one thing. What's that, old lady Gran? They're looking to resurrect a god that nearly brought Neandria to its knees all those years ago in the Great War. You mean the war from 150 years ago? I read about that. What war? The witch was alive then. She should be able to tell us. Well, it is true I was around then. I was just a young witch. Actually, I was still known as a simple apothecary. It was long before I concocted my age-defying serum. So it's true? You really can't die? It's unnatural, ungodly. It's not precisely correct, but in comparison to your short lifespans, it is true enough, and quite godly, I might add. But back to my point, I had no interest in your wars then, nor do I now. You are all perhaps ignorant of the fact, but those witches were even more hated during those times than they are now, when we were hunted down, persecuted, and sometimes even killed. I had no wish to come out of the woodwork and get involved with the kingdom's affairs, mages or no mages. So you really know nothing about the Great War? No more than it is common knowledge, darling. Your village elder probably knows more than me. I remember when you used to be very fond of recalling your grandfather's stories, Kirameki. Yes, my great-grandfather who founded this village used to tell his children about his time in the war. Tell us, village elder, sir, tell us. What do you know, father? Well, close your eyes and try to envision the Kingdom of Neandria as it was 150 years ago. Peaceful, prosperous. Philo. You too, close your eyes. Hey, I see it. There's Rosedale and Mount Tobias and Lake Cilia to the south. You have a very vivid imagination, my boy. But alas, Rosedale was not yet founded. No. Hey, to the west, just beyond the eastern pass, is the roadside inn. My sister and I stayed there for a few weeks before we arrived here. And look, there's the academy. This kid knows his geography. Yes, and what's north of the academy, my boy? Call me Tampo, village elder, sir. That's Riverwood. My sister and I visited there too. And south is Taffel. That's where I'm from. Through the Southern Pass, or the Rocky Pass as we call it. There it is, good old sandy Taffel. And the city to the east of Taffel that lies deep in the Yinder Mountains? Clifton, of course, home of the annual fighting tournaments at the Great Colosseum. Can we get on with the story already? I dare say that I second this notion. We're almost finished. Tampo, my boy, where's the capital? Why everybody knows where that is. From Clifton, you go north. Excuse me. Ooh, boy. And then you find the Neanderlos at the furthest reaches of the kingdom if you keep traveling west. But is it? Is there nothing west of Neanderlos? I don't know, sir. I've never been that far. Haha, neither have I. So in that you all see it very clearly, The Kingdom of Neandria has been flourishing for centuries. There have been no wars, no major factions among its peoples. Even between Tafel and Clifton? Even those two city-states, which more often than not seem to be on the brink of open conflict, were relatively amicable at the time, at least according to our popular historians. Then what happened? Tell me! Then a fleet of ships appeared. Uh-oh. Yes, I could see them. There are so many. These were no ordinary ships, Tanpo. They had traveled from faraway lands and boasted of technologies beyond anything we have ever known in Neandria, even unto this day. Huh? These were flying ships. Oh boy. Oh, they transformed. They ascended upon Neandria from the south. They seemed to have one aim in mind, the destruction of Neandria and its people that had known and loved it. But why? These foreign invaders, a race of mages from somewhere that is yet today only vaguely known, had mastered the manipulation of magic to a degree that still baffles our wisest scholars. They came to Neandria seeking what they called the Light Crystal. Naturally, such an object was believed by most Neandrians to be only a thing of legends. As everyone soon came to understand, there are 5 such crystals in the world. The Light Crystal, the Fire Crystal, the Earth Crystal, the Water Crystal, and the Dark Crystal. Indeed, the mages had commandeered their ships to wherever they could locate these crystals. Apparently, we were not the first people whose lands they had attempted to conquer, but we would be their last. But how? How did we defeat them? Through a power so strong that even the gods and goddesses must have, on occasion, give way to it. It may sound silly, but the power of which I speak, the force that saved Neandria, was love. All of Neandria was burning, and Neanderlos was hit hardest. On top of that, monsters poured out from every crevice in the earth, not unlike what we are expecting today. The mages were willing to annihilate everyone and everything if it meant getting their hands on the Light Crystal. Why were the mages so adamant to retrieve it? They had a weapon, nay, a god, as old Lady Gran put it. This god, this monster, whatever it was, thrived on the potency of magic that the crystals contained, individually, but 1,000-fold when the crystal's powers were combined. When they finally did get their hands on the Light Crystal, everything changed. The monstrosity was able to disappear people, quite literally. In an instant, tens of thousands were slaughtered. But you said love stopped it? There's one mage. His name, of course, has been lost to time, and scholars now simply refer to him as the Mage, who, as fate would have it, fell in love with a Neandrian girl. He was no low-level mage either, but a supreme admiral within their ranks. He defected to our side at just the right time. Neanderlos was losing the war badly, and the demise of the entire kingdom seemed all but certain. But then this mage, or rather the savior of Neandria, informed the king of Neanderlos about the nature of the crystals. They simply needed to be dislodged from the weapon that utilized them. While immensely powerful in their own right, divorced from one another as well as the monster that drew its strength from them, the crystal's magic was no longer such a menace. To make a long story short, the mages who attacked us had no idea of the betrayal of one of their top generals until it was already too late. In addition, a fair number of mages who had served under the general joined him and came to our cause. We gained a decisive advantage. Before too long, the tides of war had such short time ago seems utterly hopeless began to shift in our favor. Eventually, we drove all the mages out. Those who resisted perished. What happened to the mage after the war? What of the other crystals? After the war, the king of Neanderlos had the mage hide the 5 crystals across the kingdom of Neandria. The mage sealed them inside ancient temples in each of the various regions, guarded by the most ferocious monsters that the king of Neanderlos could find. With the king's blessing, my great-grandfather founded Rosedale, and the inhabitants of this village became the stewards of the Sunrise Temple, home of the Light Crystal. Moreover, the mage set a magic spell on the crystals, sealing their propensity to coalesce with one another by an invocation that only he knew. That is to say, even if the crystals were to be reunited again, lacking the precise words of his conjuration, the crystal's powers would remain severely restrained. But all this came at a price, to the mage in particular. He died. One such price was the general ban on magic that preceded the war, excepting those officially licensed and recognized by the state. And even so, life became much easier for us witches when the oppression of mages of the... Oh, God, I've been at this for a while. Excuse me. And even so, life became much easier for us witches when the oppression of the mages began. Suddenly, everyone's local witch doctor didn't seem like much of a dire threat anymore. But what if the mages who switched sides to help Neandria win the war? It didn't matter. Nobody trusted the mages, especially the king. Once the mage died, the rest of them were rounded up and burned at the stake. But that seems so unfair, so cruel. Such is the way of the world, kid. It's not like any of us were around to do anything about it. Except for the witch. What of the price that the mage paid, Elder Kirameki? Oh yes, the mage. Soon after he sealed the fifth and final crystal, the story is that the spell, nay, the curse that he placed on them was so potent, so severe that even he went mad. He would, so the popular account goes, wander around aimlessly, murmuring to himself nonsensical utterances. Some believe these to be a secret magic incantation. Sadly, his mental state deteriorated so rapidly that within but a few years of the war's conclusion, he died. You have all heard the famous song, The Babbling Fool, yes? I guess it's not as well known as I thought as it was when I was younger. Surely you're familiar with this one, Estrius. Sorry, Elder, I cannot say that I am. Adgar, you of all people must know the tune. Nope. Nobody knows the song. The Babbling Fool, the Babbling Fool. That's it. All he does is grab and drool. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? What's he say? Beach him. Beach him. Uh-oh. What is it, Philo? Have you heard this song before? And here I thought it was only us old-timers were familiar with it. Hee. The song was allegedly written about the mage. Philo, what were the words that your daughter spoke of the other night? Lydia spoke? Dear heavens, what could that woman possibly mean, Philo? Philo, is there something you have not told us? The night before our last, during that wicked thunderstorm, Philo awoke to Lydia talking in her sleep. What? Eh? She stirred from a sleep of deep slumber. I don't recollect the specifics of what I heard. It was all over so quickly. But she said something like Meacham, Joblar, Beecham. Was it a coincidence? Or is there something more profound at work here? I thought it sounded like part of a magic spell. Even if I believe there are such things as coincidences, the appearance of monsters and mages seeking the whereabouts of the light crystal, what does it all mean? It means that Lydia is some way connected to all of this. The million-palest question is, how? Adgar, I think it's time that you had a look at my granddaughter. I concur. That is, after all, why I came all the way out here. As fascinating as I find your war stories, Kirameki. Now, on my way here, I was thinking about how I might provoke Lydia to repeat the phrase that Philo heard the other night. I do know a spell, however, I never tested it on a mute before. It can't hurt to try, right? I should think not. Of course, I have to give you the usual warnings about the unpredictability of magic, particularly in this case, which is so out of the ordinary to begin with. Her condition only worsens by the day. You may try as you will if you're confident that it's the best course of action currently available. I am, especially after everything that I've heard here today, but there are some items that are required to effectuate the spell. I need goat's milk, 2 karasu legs, the tongue of a horned frog, some locks of hair from the girl, and a droplet of blood from you, Philo. Fortunately, because I'm a witch doctor, I had all of these items lying around my house already, except for the hair and the droplet of blood, and brought them with me in case they were needed. So then, shall we begin? Oh gods, I can't believe the foul magic I am about to bear witness. You're free to leave, Reverend. Just close your eyes, Father. First, Philo, I will need to poke you for a drop of blood. Ugh. That wasn't so bad, see? Next, I need a lock of her hair. A decent amount, I should add. Ooh, did you see that? She turned away from me. Perhaps the child is not as oblivious as she appears. Now I just need to place the locks here. Mix her father's blood, the goat's milk, sprinkling the powder containing the karasu legs and horned frog's tongue. That should do it. There. Here it goes. Boo, ba ba blah blah. I summon these powers, gods and goddesses. Have mercy. All shadows and spirits, hear my call. Solento sexamingin babablastic. It's working! Shalatano sexamingin babablastic. Mi chamfo. Yes, speak, child, speak! Mi chamfo jabu dinari bashkar length. My gods, I can't believe my eyes, my ears! Lydia, my sweet girl, is that really you? I can't even. What do you know of the light crystal, Lydia? Mi chamfo jabu dinari bashkar lynch. Oh, am I dreaming this? What is she saying? Is that the mage you murmured all those years ago? The mage, Lydia, is he speaking through you? Mi chamfo jo denari bashkar lynch jobulan togazar. Enough, I can't take any more of this. Oh god, she collapsed. Lydia. She's resting peacefully now. What an everlasting pity did I just witness? She actually spoke. Bah, I knew it was a bad idea. So what happens now? We must send word to the capital. If there are mages wandering about the kingdom, they must be informed. Yes, that is true. It certainly appears that this is not a problem which extends beyond our borders. Or we should have heard about it by now. But it's getting a message to Neanderlos will take time. I'm not sure that we have time right now. We have no idea how many mages have landed on our shores. Perhaps a greater army lies in wait. Let's hope not. Our first priority should be securing the light crystal, assuming they haven't already taken it. As well as we have no idea if they have gotten a hold of any of the other four. Shouldn't we aim to ensure that those remain too? Which is why we need to involve the other cities. But I thought they needed the mage's code, or the conjuration he spoke, in order to combine the crystal's powers, so even if they have all of them, it could still spell disaster at the Doris and Podhart's Glen. I take both of your points. I will send Harold to Riverwood to let them know of the situation. Harold? His bird. He made the trip numerous times. He knows the way. I will attach the letter informing them of the current predicament. They'll know what to do. All this sounds fine and well, but my first priority is saving my daughter. I don't know how much longer she can withstand her present state. We need to know what her role is in all this. The Academy would be a place to seek out more information regarding the mage and the incantation that she spoke. If there are any records, at least, that's where I would begin. Unfortunately, the Academy doesn't admit just anyone into its grounds. You need a letter of recommendation certified by a scholar of repute. My friend, the doctor in Riverwood, he mentioned that he has connections at the Academy. He might be able to help us. Then I should go to Riverwood. Is there perhaps another way to save your daughter, Philo? I am by no means an expert on the power of the crystals, however. I was once very interested in the magic that they contain. As I do not know the precise nature of your daughter's illness, I can't say with certainty, but given their apparent relation to the mage's spell and the words she spoke, it could work. What is it to which you refer, Adgar? The crystals, as you know, contain an abundance of magical force. If I recall correctly from the research that I did many years ago, the magic released from them depends in part upon the magic of the person who endeavors to control them. They are, as it were, a sort of incredibly strong magnifying glass for the magic arts, if that makes sense. Are you suggesting that if a person were to possess a healing magic, indeed, they might be able to harness a healing magic that far surpasses what even the most skilled scholar or priest could produce on his or her own? What, you mean to say that even if healing magic has never proven effective on Lydia's condition in the past, in conjunction with a light crystal, it could cure her? Bear in mind, this is something speculative and risky at that, as no Neandrian, as far as I'm aware, has ever sought to master the crystal's magic. We don't know how that works, really, or if it is even possible for us Neandrians to control the crystals. As you say, and to my knowledge as well, it's never been attempted. Still, were it possible, I'm inclined to believe that it could be very effective. All that being said, I can't claim with any degree of confidence that it would cure Lydia of her muteness. On the contrary, using only the light crystal in conjunction with healing magic, I doubt that very much. But her present stupor, the current deterioration of her mind and body... well, I think it's our best shot at remedying that. Disturbances in the crystal's magic field, likely, so I suspect, is what brought about the appearance of the monsters in the first place. If we venture to remove the light crystal from its present resting place, I dread to think what will be the result, and yet I suppose we have few other options. We will get the light crystal, Elder Kiramiki, Philo, and I. Yes, I fully comprehend the risks that it entails. Those of you have laid out, and the fact that it's guarded by a beast we know little about. Yes, but mark my words, we will secure it and bring it back here, then we shall see if the witch's intuitions may have any merit. I will go too. Philo, I'm with you on this until your daughter is well again. Besides, given everything that seems to be at stake here, I can hardly sit back and do nothing. Thanks, Nara. You too, Glenn. I admire everyone's bravery, I truly do, but as Glenn's father, I must also add, this is sheer madness. Elder, was it not only a few weeks ago that you sent carts and my son to the Sunrise Temple? I did, and I had some suspicions too. Now they are confirmed. And it is also not true that one of them failed to return alive, but you should wish to send my boy again? Should something happen, I would be worse off than a poor old QB. Father. You're right, Podhearts, but Glenn is the captain of the village guardsmen, whose sworn duty is to protect Rosedale and its people of all costs. And Father, Carts, bless his soul, died in a tragic accident. Those boulders could have fallen on anyone, even if we had merely been taking a stroll on the beach. It would have simply happened to be the case that we were on our way to the Sunrise Temple. God, I'm doing a lot of reading. To say that you're being naive, but I see that trying to persuade you is futile. I'm going with you guys too. You're looking at a newly anointed priest. My healing magic could prove useful. So it's official now, eh? And Father taught you that healing magic? Oh, Theodorus, I suppose trying to stop you from joining your brother is pointless as well. And perhaps this will further your education. And yes, Glenn, I did. Actually, I felt especially compelled to do so after I found out about the village elder instructing you in the art of fireball, Glenn. That is another matter that ought to be addressed. There's nothing to discuss. We're threatened by monsters on all sides, Podhearts. Yes, Glenn might not be legally certified but in my discretion it was a wholly appropriate and temporary measure for these desperate times. Best not get caught outside your... I'm a little tired, so I'm just getting a little tongue-twisted here. Okay. Best not get caught outside of our province, Glenn. I won't, but isn't there another problem, Elder? The boulders that fell on Carts and I, they've completely blocked the path to Sunrise Temple. Worry not, this morning I had Spectre Nico take some men to clear the way. Oh god. Did I hear my name? I thought so too. We totally weren't eavesdropping or anything. Most certainly not. We thought we heard a loud commotion in here a short while ago, and that someone was in trouble. Is that the witch doctor? Pay her no mind. Do not say anything to anyone about what you have seen in here. I'm warning you, if you mention even a peep, I will see to it that you are both transferred to the outpost. Those fishermen boys would die for a chance to move into the Elder's residence. And that would only be the beginning of your troubles. But otherwise, everything is under control here, although I need one of you. Nay, I need both of you to inform the guard at the southern gate that Glenn, Philo, Theodorus, and Nara are allowed free passage. Then report back to my residence. We need to ready Harold's things. We are sending the little troop on a trip to Riverwood. On it, village elder, sir. You just need to know how to handle those two. Now I should go and prepare Harold for his long journey ahead. Glenn, Philo, Theodorus, Nara, you four best be careful. Best be careful. Philo, we need to stop by the outpost on our way. The fallen trees that were obstructing the path in the Fairlane Woods should be cleared by now. Or if you prefer, we could get there by going through the southern outskirts. The girl that runs the bazaar at the outpost has supplies not available here in the village. I should get going too. My cats get anxious when I'm gone too long. Godspeed, gentlemen. You too, Nara. It looks like you're one of us now. Glenn, Theodorus, my sons, please come home. I don't know if I could go on if something were to happen to either one of you. Perish the thought, Pops. We'll be fine. We'll return, I promise. May the gods and goddesses watch over you all, especially you and yours, Philo. That goes for you too, kid. Don't you worry either. We'll make sure that nothing happens to your big sister. Ha! I think my big sis will make sure nothing happens to you. Please stay safe, Nara. You too, Mr. Philo, and Captain Glenn, and Mr. Priest. Don't give it a second thought, Tanpo. I'll be back before you know it. Now run along. See you. Edgar, I fear that you going back to your house and remaining all alone in the woods is a bad idea. Yes, I was hoping that someone would mention something. I know how the other villagers would act if they saw you. You're welcome to stay at my place for the time being. I will remain here with Lydia. Thank you, Estrius. I always did like you. Let me know if you need anything. Philo and friends, come back now, you hear? So it's off to the Sunrise Temple, eh? I heard rumors that the monsters east of the southern outskirts are much stronger than the vermin swarming Fairlane Woods or Mount Tobias. We can handle them. I don't for one second doubt you, Glenn, but you are equipped with magic. As are you, Theodorus. I would feel better if you had the power of magic at your disposal, Philo. Then what do you propose? I leave the choice entirely upon you, but if you go next door and enter my basement, you will find a spell book for the magic bolt. Take it, study it, master it, and use it wisely. Hey, you'll hear no objections from me. It's like the elder said, these are desperate times. Philo, using magic? I know nothing about it. I'm not even a resident here yet. What happens between the citizens is none of my business. Thank Estrius. Don't let me keep you any longer. The open world awaits you. Alright. So, I got a full party now. Wait a minute. I think Theodorus... He could use the Staff of St. Tobias. Alright. So, let's go learn that magic spell real quick. There's the witch doctor. I feel so much safer here. Your father-in-law always was much kinder to me than the other villagers. It must be in that treasure chest. Bolt spellbook was found. Let me see, where is it? Oh, there it is. There you go, Philo. You feel a burst of magical force flow through your veins. You have learned to channel the power of lightning. Not weapons on the wall, but they're not equipable. I really do need to take a break from playing this game, though. I'll come back to it, record another part, but I need a rest for the night. So I'm gonna go to the sanctuary, statue, shrine. I think that's what it is, a shrine. So yeah, we'll save. And we wait. Okay, so, yep. Do me a favor, leave a like, leave a comment on this video, and do subscribe to see more of my videos. I shall continue with the next part next time, so I'm gonna go take a rest now. So I'll see you guys later. I'm JT Gunner, and this is Kingdom of Neandria, and have a good night.